What's going on, everybody? C4 here, and welcome back to episode 19, I think, of the Las Vegas Raiders Connected Franchise Mode, where we are here at the end of Year 2's regular season we're at a crossroads. We're at the fork of the road. We got to figure out where we're going. Week 16 and Week 17, both games at home in the desert against the Broncos and the Bucs. If we win both these games, I'm going to say I'm confident if we win both these games, we should sneak into the playoffs. There could be, like looking at the standings right now in the AFC, no teams have secured a bye, but it looks like, 8, maybe, 9 wins. I feel like 9 wins will sneak into the playoffs. I mean, it's not in our control. I mean, looking at our own division, the Chargers and the Chiefs, one of those teams is going to get in from securing the division, right? And then, you need the Chargers to not win. I don't really know who has the tiebreaker. I think we split the series. It's going to be very interesting, but we give ourselves a good shot with 9 wins, a 9-7 Raiders team to make the playoffs. If we don't do that, I mean, that was the ultimatum we set for a man known as Derek Carr. We said, Derek Carr, you're playing fairly well. Look at this. 86. He's 84 overall with +2 morale boost. You make the playoffs, you can remain our quarterback. If not, we're going to go in a different direction. That was what we set in stone at the beginning of the season. And it's going to be annoying if we go 9-7 and don't make the playoffs, because that's just that much more difficult to find our potential successor for Mr. Derek Carr. But it's a double-edged sword. If we go 9-7 and don't make the playoffs, you have Derek Carr here, who's 4th in passing yards, 12th in touchdowns. He's very close with 29 to getting to 30. I feel like 30 is like the bar of like, you have 30 touchdowns as an NFL quarterback. You're pretty good. Like, you are in that nice echelon. Picks are not too bad. So I'm still not worried about winning these 2 games. And if we don't make the playoffs, it's going to suck. But I think like it's only going to help Derek Carr's draft value around that time, because it's going to be, we can't trade until the draft. So, if a team doesn't like Trevor Lawrence, is there something that they don't like about Justin Fields, and they think Derek Carr can be their guy? They like that experience. They want to, obviously we're going to have to probably trade a bunch more picks. There's an appeal there. There's an appeal for a quarterback who, once we get one more passing touchdown, unless we stink it up, there's appeal for a quarterback who over the last 2 seasons, last year, 4,200 yards, 35 touchdowns, 7 picks. And then this year, he's going to get 30 again. So a guy that's going to have 60-plus touchdowns and under 20 picks, hopefully, over the last 2 years and almost 8,000, 9,000 yards, there's going to be a big trade market. There's going to be some coach out there that doesn't want the pressure and the drama of using a high top 5 first overall potentially pick on a young quarterback. They would rather go with a proven veteran like Derek Carr and think that they can maximize his talents, unlike we've potentially been unable to here in Las Vegas. But we go 2 wins and Derek Carr can sneak into the playoffs. He's going to be our quarterback. He is going to be the man. And I mean, why not? 30 touchdowns last year, 30-plus touchdowns this year. That is good enough to win. We just need this defense to be a lot more consistent. We think we found a run game in Josh Jacobs. So let's put the proof into pudding. Week 16 at home against the Denver Broncos, a team that we have been utterly dominant against. I feel confident that we are going to come in and smoke them, to be honest with you. Oh, we're right off the rip. Neville Gallimore with a sack on Teddy Bridgewater, the man trying to pull the strings back there for the Denver Broncos. It's going to be a long day, man. It is going to be a long day for Theodore Bridgewater. Oh, come on, man. There's John Abrams. There's that Abrams tank. We got 5-6. Got so many picks on the year. Also, he is becoming one of the best linebackers in the National Football League. What a position switch from safety to linebacker. That was honestly a great ball from Teddy Bridgewater. There's no way around it. That was a great pass. Oh, we got 3rd and 13. Not great, but we're working with it. Want to score for sure. Want to score for sure. Let's go into CeeDee Lamb. That's a great pass, and surprise, he drops it, and he gets hurt all on the same play. Phenomenal. My God. The amount of sacks, I think we're at 5 sacks in the first half already. 4 sacks in quarter one. It's going to be a long day for Theodore. 3rd and 5 on the 13. Would love to not have just a field goal attempt. I'd love for big ol' Foster Moreau to get in, but he gets up to the 1-yard line, which is good enough. But we might have to go to the Achilles heel here of this offense. And that is, unfortunately, I want the C4 special to be a staple of this offense, but Josh Jacobs legitimately is the slowest starting running back, I think, in the National Football League, but we get great blocking on that play. Denver, being the Broncos, clearly wasn't studying tape, didn't know what play we're going to run there, and we're able to get the lead on a Josh Jacobs C4 special. 3rd and 9, bend but don't break defense. Worst case scenario, we're tied. And there is the blitz. Our linebackers are on fire right now. Melifonwu, Abram, and Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, all with sacks. That's swag. We're becoming Swag City. Getting inspired by the U, Swag U. Someone give me some good creative names here for the Raiders. Sin City, Swag City, like that. I don't know. Well, they just pushed them out of field goal range. Look at that. Give me the ball back. We're gonna score a touchdown. Oh, Moreau. I'm telling you, last episode, he's becoming a mismatch nightmare. Again, proving it. You have to put like a good cover safety on him, or else he's got torched you. Underrated athlete, sneaky gym rat, whatever you want to call him. 29, got embarrassed on that play. Justin Simmons needs the big guy covering him, not 29. Go, Cleveland. Furl, getting a sack. I think that's 7. Both offensive lines are kind of hanging their QBs out to dry. We got 7 sacks for Vegas, 6 for Denver. Ugh. Too aggressive. Got a little too aggressive. Teddy Bridgewater. That's a good pass. Who's that? Sanders? He's staying in there, though. Man, we are putting a lot of pressure on Teddy Bridgewater. And he's battling. Oh, come on, Derek. There we go. Joyner. Finally a turnover on our defense. Thank you, LaMarcus Joyner. Awesome. You got more. Oh, we got the fullback, Chris Warren. Takes the handoff, 15 yards. That should be enough, barring another Derek Carr turnover, which is entirely an impossibility. We should win this game. Oh, Josh Jacobs takes the screen pass to that. I think that's his first career touchdown reception. That's it, man. I told you, we own the Denver Broncos. And there you have it. Raiders get the job done. 8 wins, or what are we at? 7 wins? 8 wins on the season now. 8-7. That was just gutsy performance. Derek Carr did not have his best day, but our defense, that really the last 4 or 5 weeks, our defense has taken to another level. We got 8-9 sacks on the game. And wait till you saw the big moss from AB. When you see the stat lines, 9 catches, 254 yards for Antonio Brown. He absolutely dominates Chris Harris. How dare Chris Harris even want to stay on the same field as Antonio Brown? Derek Carr, 394 yards on the day, 2 touchdowns to 2 picks. Both picks were pretty bad. Running the ball, 71 yards and a touchdown for Josh Jacobs. We got 9 for 254 for AB, 7 for 88 and a touchdown for Moreau. We got the first receiving touchdown in the career of Josh Jacobs. And defensively, it was the pressures, man. 2 sacks, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, Hurst, Melifonwu, Joseph, Abram, Furl, and Gallimore all getting on the board. And LaMarcus Joyner getting a nice interception on Teddy Bridgewater to give the Vegas Raiders a big win here in the AFC West and sets things up for potentially a Week 17 playoff or go home scenario. Let's find out. And Week 17, we got some reinforcements back as we take on the Bucs, as Hunter Renfrow is returning back into the lineup. We'll be slotting right in to slot position, and Jalen Richard is also back, but for the time being, I'm going to put Eno Benjamin just ahead of him because Eno Benjamin has been playing very, very nice. So Week 17, we're sitting second place in the West. We got that big victory. Looking at the playoffs, we need to see where we stand. So in the AFC, we got the Bills, got their conference on lock. The Steelers got their conference. We have the Jags with the South. And then you got to figure either the Chargers or the Chiefs. Probably the Chargers are going to lock it down. So that means 9 wins for the Dolphins will get a spot. And then it's all up for grabs here. 8 wins, 7 wins, somewhere in that territory. There's a tie for the Browns thrown into the mix. Just very annoying because a tie can sometimes. And you got 2 ties for the Jets. I don't know, fella. I mean, just win our game. We can only control what we can control at this point. It'd be pretty painful, though, having a back-to-back seasons, just missing out on the playoffs. And this is a tough game, man. I don't know how the Bucs are 10-5. Let's take a look here at the stats real quick. I'm just generally intrigued. Is it Jameis Winston still there? What do they got? Winston, he's actually playing fairly well. 3,800 yards, 30 touchdowns. They run the ball fine. They have Austin Eckler. Mike Evans having a big year. They got Godwin Howard. David Moore coming over from the Seahawks. They got Jalen Reagor from TCU, the rookie. He is a burner. Defensively, Levante Davis doing the thing. Got Sue still there. I'm not seeing, I mean, they do got Devin White. He's going to be an animal. He's going to be very tough. I don't know if he's going to have that fumble nonsense or not. He probably does. But, I mean, all we can do, welcome back, Jalen Richard. All we can do is win the game and see what happens. See where the cards fall. And come on. It's at home. They're the Bucs. They're always the Bucs in my heart. It's a little bit of a revenge game for John Gruden. Let's get 9 wins and see where that puts us. Just as I thought, look at the Bucs here. X factor is Mike Evans with double me. Not gonna lie, slightly worried about him going up against Garyon Conley, who's been hit or miss this season. And they have Devin White, who, hey, at least he doesn't have that Derwin James nonsense. He's a good player, but doesn't have that. So at least we can not put on conservative carry and have ball carrier moves for this game against the Bucs. 3rd and goal on the 11. We like CeeDee Lamb or Moreau here. This is a very successful play. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful CeeDee Lamb, the rookie, who's been kind of hot and cold, has struggled with drops throughout the season, gets his 5th receiving tutty of the year on the opening drive. Huge start for the Raiders. All right, another 3rd and goal. For the love of God. Who do we got? Who do we got watching OJ? I'm going to try to mark OJ Howard because that's who they're going to almost every time. Got it. He got wide open. But it wasn't him. I don't know who that is. 37. Rojo. The USC product. Ronald Jones wide open. I mean, no one thought he was getting the ball. He's terrible. Oh, Moreau wide open. Come on, bud. Just missing it in the red zone, but puts the Raiders in very good territory. I don't know if we see for special here or not. We could, but I don't know. 3rd and goal on the 3. We didn't see for special if you haven't noticed. We got AB at the top. We got Renfro. We got a lot of great options here. Pretty much everyone outside Jalen Richard is a great option. I personally feel like maybe Moreau or AB is where we're gonna go. Or get destroyed by Vita Vea, and Derek Carr's down. No. Derek Carr, only a bruised forearm. His ass is staying in there. Let's go. 2nd goal on the 3. This is bad deja vu. This last time Derek Carr got absolutely rocked. But AB's wide open. Fight your way in for the touchdown, big boy. And big chest. It's booming. All the business. Another touchdown for the Raiders. Here we go. 3rd and 10. It's Abrams Tank coming through on the sack. Holden Rule field goal attempt. There we go. Cleveland Furl. I mean, they only have 3 run attempts. Get some balance to your offense, Bruce Arians, or we're going to destroy Jameis Winston, much like his off-the-field decisions have already done. Oh, that was a garbage throw, Derek Carr. I know you want to get Renfro involved, but he's 5'10". Don't throw it up to a guy that's 5'10", and let's be frank, white. Oh, that's a pick. Carl Joseph pick 6. Put the burners on. Oh, that's the Jameis Winston we all know and love. Oof. Vernon Hargraves with the sack. He got some personal vendetta. This is his former team. The team that gave up on him as a former first-round pick out of Florida. 3rd and 5 on the 9, pretty much to put this game away. AB is sitting at 9. I would love to get him into double-digit tutties, which we get very close. He almost gets thrown in. I really want to get him double-digit touches. Make him happy in the offseason, regardless of what happens. So we'll try to force feed it into him here. First and goal. There we go. There we go. There we go. 10 tutties on the year. I mean, it's not 25 that he got a year ago, but, you know, it's still AB, one of the best wide receivers in the National Football League. If not, yeah, he's still wide receiver 1. Let's be completely honest. He's still wide receiver 1 in the league. And old man Bruce Arians, that really looks like Bruce Arians, let's be honest. He can't believe it. His 10-win Bucs team, probably, I have no idea what the scope of things look like in the NFC. But they probably need to win that game to get a bye, get home field advantage, to maybe to secure their own division. But we did exactly and everything we possibly could to put us in a spot to make the playoffs here. Another victory. I think that's 4 straight wins. 31-17 over a playoff caliber Bucs team. Derek Carr, fine performance, had to battle through some injury adversity throughout this game. Finished for 370 yards, 3 touchdowns. The pick was kind of garbage, but he was very good on the day. 66 yards for Josh Jacobs. We got 8 catches, 173 yards from Moreau, 7 for 61 and 2 tutties for AB. CeeDee Lamb, 90 yards and a touchdown. We got Renfro involved, trying to welcome him back here, just in case we are going on a playoff run. You know, we don't want him to be completely rusty. Defensively, Abram is a machine. 12 tackles, 3.5 sacks on the day. We got a sack from Hardgraves, Furl, and half sack for Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. A pick 6, 62 yards for Kyle Joseph. I hope you had him in your IDP leagues. As you know, we put forth the best performance we can in what, I mean, we're not gonna know we hop out of here, but this could be Derek Carr's final performance in a Raiders uniform. And hey, he went out the most Derek Carr way possible, having just an utter brain fart of an interception. It makes you think, how is this guy a starting quarterback? Gets hurt, comes back from injury, and then goes, man, this guy is really good. The biggest what if, I think, at the quarterback position in the National Football League is Derek Carr, especially if we don't make the playoffs and he's finding himself a new home. Moment of truth. I want everyone else to sit in it because I'm along with the ride. We're going to the wild card round. See if we make the playoffs. We're 9 wins. We won the last 4 games of the year, and oh, come on. Well, the offseason just got a whole lot more interesting. 9-7. We're able to catch up on the Chiefs. The Chargers outright won the division. I guess that's a nice silver lining. It wasn't like we were tied or anything like that in the West. The Chargers were the better team, even though we were able to beat them. So we were 9-7. Looking at the AFC, we were second team out. I mean, the Jets with that weird. Well, I guess the Jets had 2 ties. That's garbage. I guess the good news is that even if, like, there's no way we would have made it. There's no, like, we did what we could. It was too little, too late. The Browns had a lock on that. 10 wins for the Dolphins. So it was 10-9 wins. Got in. The Browns had a tiebreaker, which was literally a tie. So we're sitting on the outside looking in. And, boy, we need a QB. We need a QB, don't we? We had some miscellaneous to wrap up the season. We got a brand new contract for John Gruden, which is fine. Cool. Thanks for giving me more of my 10-year deal. Giving me more money on John Gruden's 10-year, $100 million deal. Upgrade player. I mean, we'll do all this in the final episode. We'll do this in the off season. We're gonna be hopping to the off season. It's gonna be a ridiculous off season. I know you guys are not gonna want to miss it. In that off season, we'll recoup all of the final season stats, get a look at everything, and then we'll do the off season free agency and the draft. So make sure you guys tune into that one. That should be coming out. I'm actually going to record it right after this because we have a real bad storm coming here on Thursday. So I'm going to pre-record a lot of the videos pretty much up till Saturday at least, which is going to be my birthday. Yeah, birthday party, August 31st. Let's go. But make sure you guys tune back in to episode 20, which will be the off-season. I know you guys are not going to want to miss it. What are we going to do with the quarterback squad? Who friggin' knows? Am I going to change my mind? I'm going to complete a 180 on Derek Carr and keep him. Who knows? Probably not. But you guys got to make sure you tune in for that. So smash that like button if you enjoy. Maybe get 1,000 likes on this video. That would be dope. Subscribe if it's your first time stopping by. And until next time, it's C4 saying peace out.
Money I'm spending, I'm out and I'm shopping. You talking that shit, well you talking and talking. Look at my options, look at me dropping. Ass in the game, like who are you stopping? Not me, I never. Not me, I never. I never. I'm way too clever. Look at the kid, Mr. Consistent, I'm doing it big. Way too persistent on